friends, this is of course Calendar. Any of you that have been watching, you've seen me do the Minecraft videos, and I've been having fun with those, but I learned something new. There was an announcement done for DC Universe. If you don't know what that is, that's DC Universe Online. And what you're looking at right now is the loading screen where in the character selection. I've been playing this game since it began. It's now been running for 10 years. It is a lot of fun, I think, but see, DC has made a big thing. Now, for you to understand the way this news hits and what it means for you that haven't played before, or you've only played a little bit, or you just don't have any, you really don't have the money to invest, allow me to explain. Okay, when they initially released the game, they didn't have extra content or anything like that. They had, you could come in, you could play, you could do everything for free if you wanted to. You didn't have to spend a cent, but you could only make 2 characters. And then they started releasing, well, if you spent at least $5 on the game, you became what was known as a premium status. And that allowed you to make, I think, up to 4 or 5 characters, maybe 6 at the most. And it would up your cash cap in the game. And you would get, and whatever content you bought was yours. And that status remained from then on. You remain premium regardless for the rest of your game life. Now, you could also pay for membership. Membership is known as legendary status. And legendary status, here's what legendary status used to mean. It meant any new content you got to play a week ahead of everybody else. It also meant that there was no longer a cash cap. Whatever money you earned, you got to use. See, because regular players only got I think it was a 1,500 cash cap, which meant you could only have 1,500 in-game cash to spend at any time. Anything else went into escrow, and you could pay to have escrow access to get some of that out temporarily, but that really wasn't worth it. Sorry to DC, but it really wasn't. Once it became premium, you got a $2,000 cash cap. Now, here's the big difference between premium and legendary. My primary character, not the one that's up right now, here, I'll even give you a click. My primary character right here, one Kalen Sparks, Celestial powered, Batman mentored, hero character, obviously Wonder Woman style designed, has a current cash value of over 600 million in game. And that's all available because I pay for the membership. Now, that part is still valid. That's not going to change. What's changing is the part about the new content. Now, it used to be, like I said, when you join the game for free, because it is a free download, when you join the game for free, you could select one of many powers. And I'm going to do visual here, so it's not all explanation. I'm going to create character, even though I'm not really creating one. This is just for demonstrative purposes.
My greatest triumph was at hand.
Now, there is a video here.
The final campaign in my long...
I'm going to skip.
I only hope I am not too late.
When I start the game, I recommend watching the videos, but not necessarily. Now, for this purpose, you can choose your character. The first thing you do when you start up is you make a character. You can make a male character, female character. Now, this game plays in third-person view at all times, which means at all times you are behind your character. And I'm sorry, if I'm going to look at the backside of a character for hours on end while I play a game, that's why all my characters are females. Any straight guy will understand. So, but we'll click on it just for demonstrative. You've got a number of phases. See, because this is not just an explanation of the rule. I'm also going to show you how this works to get set up. It's kind of a double-purpose video. There's the athletics, the mediums, the shorts, and the talls. This is typically what I pick out of is the athletics. They've got the surprise. These are if you want to be the little character and have a tiny character. You've also got the large characters, which these are the muscular versions. Okay, and that's pretty much what you work with. I typically aim for medium, athletic, or athletic tall. In this case, we're just clicking to click. Now, here's the lovely part. I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to go back to what I was explaining. It used to be the DLCs were members would get access to them a week ahead of everybody else. And then they kind of took that away, but membership, you automatically got the content. It became part of your account as part of your membership fee. So no matter how much they've added, and by the way, they are coming up on 40 DLCs as of this Thursday. Now, this is being recorded on April the 12th. So this Thursday the 15th will be DC Universe's 40th content edition. This is where the change is. Like I said, members were the ones that got them for free. You could buy them individually, and that's how I started. I would buy them because they were only $15. You could buy it, and then you'd have it for life. I just found it was cheaper to. Well, they weren't even $15. They were $5. $15 was a monthly membership. I just found it was cheaper to buy a annual membership because the monthly fee comes out to $10 a month if you pay $120 for the year rather than $15 a month just paying it up. But so it ended up saving me money in the long run. Since, like I said, I've been playing this game for 10 years, it made sense. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. What DC has decided to do, and this is the company that runs DC, and Daybreak company, by the way, if you're wondering, they have announced the episode that is coming out on Thursday on the 15th is free to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a brand new player, free player, premium player, member player, it doesn't matter. Episode 40, which, by the way, will be the Flashpoint universe, if you've read the comics and you know what that means, we are getting Flashpoint, and it will be free to everybody. Everybody will be available to play it. Now, you're like, but and it is endgame content, and you're thinking, oh, but I have to work so hard. Well, what they've done over the last few years is, because they would make new content available until the next one came out. So the episode that's currently available right now is the 31st Century, where we have Cosmic Boy and the Legion of Superheroes. They made that accessible to everybody once you got to level 10, which that makes sense. Well, see, what they did is they put in scalable gear, so you could use the new episode if you want to play it to level up your gear. But if you want to go back and get the feats and everything, because you do need skill points to raise your stats and make yourself stronger. But this video is not about that. You still got to play everything. But with episode 40 being free to everybody, I mean, I assume it's still going to play exactly the same way. Just everybody will be able to come on, regardless, of however this goes on. And this will always be a free episode to everybody. So there is scalable gear. You can jump straight to it if you want to. So that's the big news in DC Universe. And the other attachment to that is they are discussing making all episodes free to everybody. That backs all the way up to the first one they added, which was the Electricity DLC, and where they gave us Central City and electric powers. Now, to me that's big news, because that means anyone that wants to join and play will have that. Here's the other little tidbit they're not really mentioning. Yes, all these episodes have content. Now, they haven't done this in a while, but a lot of these episodes came with extra powers. So, clicking on custom, you have the choice of villain or hero. This is where we're going to get in and show off the powers a little bit without actually creating a character. I like hero. Heroes, you get to choose between Superman, Batman, or Wonder Woman as your mentor. Now, the only real difference there is the first few levels when you're into the city. It depends where you start and what missions you do. Once you hit level 30, it doesn't really matter. The villain side gets Lex Luthor, Joker, or Cersei. To be honest, to me, my favorite set of missions to do are on the villain side with the Joker, because it is Mark Hamill voicing the Joker in the game. Yes, they got him. They got a lot of iconic characters to come in and do the voices for this. So, and I just have so much fun listening to him, giving me the flyby as I'm doing the missions for Joker, going in, and plus it's the only mission set where you get to go into Gotham City and deal with Mr. Freeze. Now, there's a thing later that you get to do with him, and there's the Valentine's event always has to deal with him. But it's the only mentor where you're working on your first 30 levels that you actually get to go, and you're helping Freeze until you betray him. Typical Joker, right? Alright, so for this, we're going to pick hero. Now, you've got personalities here. There's the serious, the flirty. Now, explain to me how, you saw that, right? I'm going to go back. Serious looks serious. Tell me how that's flirty. I've never seen women stand like that. Here's your powerful. That's the standard. To me, that looks powerful, yes. Comical, yeah, that's I've tried that, and no offense to them, but I can't do it all the time. Though I do like the dance. The dance is very funny. And yes, there are emotes and stuff you can do, and the dance for comical is hilarious. And then there's Primal. I've known people to use that. It's okay. It's not awesome. But for this, we're just going to pick Powerful. Now, here's where you pick the mentors. Magic is Wonder Woman. Meta, well, that's Superman. See, there it is right there. And if you're tech, you get back. For this, we're just going to pick Meta. Just because. Now, here's the powers. And that auto-demonstrated because nature's at the top of the list. The first sets of powers you get to pick from as a free player is nature, which can be a DPS or a healer, if you're reading the little display on the side there. Sorcery is the other healer. Now, all of these powers can be DPS. That is damage. That is your damage character powers. Or they have all sides. Nature and sorcery are the healers. Mental is a controller. They provide power. The other controller there is gadgets. And that can be fun a lot. In fact, right now, gadgets is pretty much out DPSing everybody. But it changes as they make updates. Now, they also have tank roles. These are the people who their job is to attract the attention of the boss and the enemies and to keep it while everybody else takes them out. That would be ice and fire. Now, here's where the news comes in. Because all the other powers that are on this list are only available if you buy the DLCs that they're related to or you're a member. Unless they make this change that they're announced. Now, first up, like I said, actually, first up was Green Lantern, light. Now, if you're a villain, that's Yellow Lantern. They actually did that. So, if you're a Green Lantern if you're on the hero side, but if you're on the villain side, you're a Yellow Lantern. And they made this a controller power. That character that I was first showing off at the beginning, that is my Green Lantern. And there are all kinds of materials and styles and everything to collect. I was showing off some serious materials and styles on that one. That was actually the new Vertigo style that they released a little while ago. And I put it on her because it's green. And some of them you can change colors, some you can't. That is one you cannot. Alright, after that came Electricity, which is a healer power. And then Earth as a tank power. Now when they released them, they've always done a set of 3 over a year, and then it's always one of each. And then the next time they came around, they did Quantum, which I enjoy. And control the power, as you can see. And then Celestial, which as you say is my primary character. This is a healer. They have light and dark powers. It's kind of fun. Now, with the exception of the light power that was back up there, the Green Lantern, all of these are pretty much the same on both sides. So it doesn't matter which you pick, the Lantern powers are the only ones that are going to have a different look on the opposite side. And then they came back with Raid, which is actually Red Lantern. And if you've read the comics, Red Lanterns can be good or bad. That's why this is the tank power and it works on both sides. There's not another color on the other side. And then Munitions came out, otherwise known as Gadgets 2.0. And that is a controller power as well. You get all kinds of guns and whatnot. And then Atomic is supposed to be a healer power, but then they turned around and made it a tank power. I haven't really played with that one too much. Water is the last one to have been added lately. It's a lot of fun, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. But it is one of the top healers in the game. Just depends on your loadout and if you know what you're doing. Water can be a lot of fun. I'm going to go back and show that again if it'll let me. Oh, no, I went too fast. Fine. Water can be a lot of fun. It's based on Aquaman and Mira. Well, it's kind of not really Aquaman and Mira. It's more of Aqualad and Mira. A lot of the healer powers are more Mira-based, where you're setting down pools of water and stuff to heal your allies. Where the DPS moves are more Aqualad-based, where you're generating actual water constructs like sharks and tridents and stuff like that. But this is, like I said, we're getting a little off track here. This is more what to expect if you decide to play the game. And this is I fully recommend the game. It's a lot of fun if you have the time. Alright, for just demonstrative purposes, I'm going to go to one of my favorites, and I'm just going to click on Light. Now, you do have movement mode options. Yes, there is flight, so you can fly like Superman, Green Lantern, whatever. There's also acrobatics, which is kind of, think Batman for acrobatics, because when you run, as you saw her doing there, and you can climb buildings, and when you jump, you can you can glide, like Batman in that cape, or if you're close enough, it'll actually shoot shoot a grip line, and you can hit and pull yourself over to the other building real fast. And then there's super speed, think Flash, basically. And yes, these movements were all out before the lightning powers came out. I do have a super speed character designed to look like the Flash. If I got time, I'll back up to there. And then what they added years ago, and they said something about adding more, but they really haven't. They added skimming. It's kind of an alternate flight, if you know of Mr. Miracle. And yes, you get those little, you have your standard flight, and then with skimming, you get those little discs on the feet. And instead of flying, you know, like Superman does, you're riding around on those discs like you're surfing. That's kind of cool, but it kind of makes cape styles, or no, cape styles are okay. It makes wing styles look really dumb. I'm sorry, it just does. So, and it was real big flight. You have weapons. Hand blasters. Obviously shoot beams on your hands. One-handed, which is usually a sword or an axe. The staff, which can be fun. Dual wield, which is either 2 swords or 2 axes. Two-handed, which is basically think claymores, hammers, like she's got in her hand right now. Martial arts, pretty self-explanatory, though they do give some weapon styles to go with it, not just bare hands. The dual pistols, obviously, self-explanatory. The bow. That actually can be quite a bit of fun. Brawling, that's just flat-out fist fighting. That can be interesting. I've seen people use it really well. Rifle, self-explanatory. And then they added on the shield, if you want to think Captain America. And yeah, you can fist fight with that thing, toss it like Cap does, and even though I know it's a DC game, but there are a lot of people that design their characters to look like Marvel characters. In fact, if you collect the right pieces, you can pull off an Iron Man look really easy. For this, I'm just gonna say dual wield. But like I said, I'm not gonna finish this character. I'm just showing off. Now, right here, you can change your appearance right here.
Accept download when ready.
And here's where you adjust you can change, you go into body, you can alter your skin color, your hair color, or hairstyle. They do offer those. I'm not going to go through everything. Costume, you can pick out different styles. It doesn't have to start like this. You can select how you want it to look. And then you can also pick your colors as to what you want things to look like. You can change your eye color and all that little things. Alright, now I'm going to back this up. There's one other thing I want to show you. I clicked custom when I was doing this, right? But now I'm going to click inspired by. This comes up as an option.
Select a hero or
Now,
villain morality.
thankfully, it didn't automatically do it for me. Now, here's where you go. You don't have to. You can pick your power, pick your mentor, pick your movement, and do it all your way. If you want to be inspired by a particular superhero or a supervillain, you can do it this way. And then, yeah, there's your Batman style, which they actually do have Batman styles in the game. In fact, they just released from Flashpoint the Thomas Wayne version of Batman, where he's dark and gritty and uses guns. So. And then we have a Superman-based style. Now, these are just the basic stuff. Like I said, there's all kinds of stuff you can collect. And they do have Superman and Batman and Wonder Woman emblems in the game that you can collect and use. Catwoman. This one, they give you gadgets. Batman, gadgets, acrobatics with martial arts. Superman is ice-powered. I'm not sure why they chose that. Probably because of his ice breath, I guess. With flight and brawler. Catwoman, gadgets, acrobatics, martial arts. Lex Luthor, gadgets, flight, and hand blasters. Nice bald head on her there. It looks like it could be Lex in an alternate universe. The Joker. Not totally sure. Well, you know what? Let me do this. Let's back it up all the way to here. We'll go male. Yes, I do because, yeah. Anyways. Let's try this again. Now let's do this male characters. Batman look, Superman look. Now, of course, this will throw off the female looks, but Catwoman, Lex Luthor, that looks a little better. The Joker. Not sure why they went this route for a Joker, but you can do better in the game. Flash, Wonder Woman. Again, any female styles are going to be thrown off because now we're on a male character. Deathstroke. That's gadgets again. Wonder Woman was mental. The Flash is actually fire on this. I'm not entirely sure why. You know, but these are the originals. Later, when they got added on with Bane That's still gadgets. Cersei, sorcery, Beast Boy, nature. That would make sense because the nature power does have the ability to turn into dogs and gorillas, and yeah, so that works. Mr. Freeze, obviously ice. Green Arrow, gadgets, makes sense. Steel, ice, again, not sure why. Martian Manhunter, mental. This is where they started adding on inspired styles based on the DLCs. Green Lantern, obviously. Sinestro, that's for the villain side. Black Lightning, electricity. Livewire is the villain version of that. Geoforce, Hero Earth. Terra, female Earth. Well, villain Earth. Again, but that's for a female character. Captain Atom would be your quantum hero, where Major Force is your villain. Eclipso, celestial villain. Spectre, celestial hero. Atrocitus, Rage tank villain, but Guy Gardner, if you've read the comics, Rage hero. And they do have legendary characters, and in that you get, when you pick Guy Gardner, you get powers of Red Lantern and Green Lantern at the same time. So that is fun. Detonator, who I've never heard of. Munitions. Sergeant Rock, I've heard of. Firestorm, you should know that if you've watched the shows at all or read the comics. Atomic hero. Neutron for the villain. Mira, again, that's your water, but male character. Or their villain, Ocean Master, which, again, you can actually collect the styles in the game. Alright, well, I'm over 20 minutes. In fact, I'm about to 22, so I'm going to stop there. I recommend the game. It is a lot of fun. Let's see if I can, how much I, okay. Cancel, yes, I want to leave character creation.
Aborting process.
Yeah, okay. So we're back to my characters. This is my Green Lantern. This is my Celestial character. I mentioned I had a Speedster. I want to show that off real quick. This is my Flash-based character, electricity powered, dual-wield super speed. This they released over the anniversary event this year, this whole style. This is the new Flash style. In fact, they even remodeled the in-game character. But I'm going to end it there. Y'all have a good one. I hope y'all come try out the game. Just look up DC Universe Online. It's a free download. It's a large download, but it is free. And like I said, if they go, they're out there going. You won't have to worry about paying for the content if you don't have the money. But again, it's a lot of fun. There's a lot of people. The game actually spans across the PlayStation, the Xbox, and the Nintendo Switch, as well as computers. So lots of players, lots of fun. And like with any game, you're going to get people that come on and act like idiots. But shoot, they do that in Minecraft. Anyways, y'all have fun. I gotta go. I hope you come check it out. I'm going to do some more videos on DC down the line as well, so I'm not just going to do Minecraft. So enjoy, have fun, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.